Ladies and gentlemen, friends and dreamers, I stand before you today with a message that might feel a little uncomfortable at first. But sometimes, in order to grow, we need to embrace discomfort. Today, I want to challenge each and every one of you to stop being soft. I'm not talking about being kind, compassionate, or empathetic. Those qualities are essential. But when I say soft, I'm referring to the tendency we sometimes have to take the easy road, to give in to self-doubt, to quit when things get hard. Life is not meant to be a smooth ride all the time. It's not about how much you're given or how much you achieve with ease. It's about what you become in the process of fighting, pushing, and persevering when life tests you. And make no mistake, life will test you. If you want something, anything worth having, it's going to require more of you than you think you can give. Stop making excuses for why you can't. Stop letting fear stop you before you even start. Stop hiding behind your circumstances, your past, or your insecurities. Too many of us have been trained to seek comfort at all costs. But what happens when you stop challenging yourself? When you shrink back every time life throws a curveball? You lose out on your potential, your power, and your purpose. We all have a story of struggle, of pain, of defeat, but that story doesn't have to define you. It can refine you, shape you, and make you stronger. Do you know what separates those who succeed from those who don't? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's the courage to keep going when everything in you says, I can't take any more. I know it's hard. I know there are days when you feel like you're barely hanging on, when it feels like life is beating you down, but that's exactly when you need to dig deep, stand tall, and keep pushing forward. You were not made to live small. You were made to rise. You were made to overcome. In our world today, we've been conditioned to seek comfort at all costs. We're surrounded by conveniences, technology that makes life easier, systems that allow us to bypass struggle, and a culture that prioritizes immediate gratification. But here's the truth. Comfort is not where growth happens. Growth lives in the space where you feel the tension, where you're stretched beyond what you know, beyond what feels safe and easy. Think about the greatest moments in your life. The moments that shaped you into who you are today. Were they the easy times? Were they the moments when everything came effortlessly? I doubt it. The most transformative experiences in life are the ones that demand more from us than we think we have to give. They push us into unfamiliar territory, force us to confront our fears, our insecurities, and our limits. And it's in that moment when you're unsure, when you're uncomfortable, that you're given a choice. Do I retreat to what feels safe, or do I step forward into the unknown and grow? Embracing discomfort doesn't mean living in a constant state of hardship. It means recognizing that when you face challenges, you have an opportunity in front of you. It's not just about enduring difficulties. It's about understanding that every time you face discomfort, you're on the edge of growth. Every time you push through, you're building resilience, fortitude, and the ability to handle more. Discomfort is the gym where your character gets stronger. Imagine lifting weights. You don't get stronger by lifting the lightest weight over and over again. You increase the load, you push your muscles to the point of strain, to the point where it hurts a little. That's how strength is built. And in life, your spirit works the same way. If you only stick to what's easy, you'll never reach your full potential. Every dream, every goal, every vision that you have for yourself lives on the other side of discomfort. When you decide to step out of the familiar, out of the predictable, and into the unknown, you open yourself up. Excuses are the easy way out. They're the comfortable rationalizations we make to protect ourselves from failure, rejection, and discomfort. But let me be clear. Excuses are nothing more than barriers we create to keep ourselves from achieving what we're truly capable of. They give us permission to settle for less. to stay where we are, and to never fully realize our potential. If you want to achieve greatness in your life, the first thing you must do is stop making excuses. Let's be honest, life is never going to hand you a perfect set of circumstances. You'll never have everything lined up just right, with every resource at your disposal and every door flung wide open for you. That's not how the world works. You're going to face obstacles, setbacks, and challenges that seem insurmountable at times. But when you make excuses, what you're really saying is that those obstacles are stronger than your will, that your circumstances have more power over you than your determination. And that's simply not true. Every time you say, I can't because, you give away your power, you give away your ability to change, to improve, to grow. You let the narrative of your life be controlled by factors outside of you, whether it's your background, your resources, or your circumstances. But here's the thing, you can choose to rise above those factors. Excuses keep you stuck in a victim mindset where everything happens to you instead of being within your control. Think about the stories of people who have achieved greatness despite overwhelming odds. These are individuals who, by all accounts, had every excuse in the world to give up, to quit, or to settle for less. But they didn't. Why? Because they refused to let their circumstances define them. They didn't say, I can't because I don't have the money, or I can't because I wasn't given the same opportunities. Instead, they said, how can I make this happen anyway? That's the mindset you need to adopt. Every time you make an excuse, you reinforce a limitation in your mind. You tell yourself that you're not capable, that the situation is bigger than you. But what if, instead of making excuses, you started asking yourself better questions? Instead of saying, I can't do this because I don't have the time, ask, how can I find the time? Instead of saying, I can't because I don't know how, ask, where can I learn? Shifting your mindset from excuses to solutions is the key to unlocking your potential. Let me be clear. There will always be valid reasons why something is difficult. Maybe you really don't have the resources, the time, or the skills right now. But making excuses only reinforces that lack. Instead, focus on what you can do, on what's within your control. Can you start small? Can you learn something new? Struggle is an inevitable part of life. No one escapes it, and no one is immune to its challenges. But here's the thing. Struggle is not something to fear or avoid. In fact, struggle is where your greatest strength is born. It is in those moments when you feel like you're at your breaking point, when everything seems to be going wrong, and when the weight of the world feels like it's pressing down on you, that you discover just how strong you truly are. Too often we view struggle as something negative, something to get past as quickly as possible. But what if we reframed our perspective? What if we saw struggle as the forge that shapes us into who we are meant to be? Think about it. Diamonds are created under pressure, trees grow strongest in harsh winds, and muscles are built by lifting heavy weights. It's the same with our character, our resilience, and our spirit. They grow and strengthen in the face of adversity. When life challenges you, you have two choices. You can either shrink from the struggle and let it defeat you, or you can embrace it and use it to fuel your growth. It's in those moments when you feel like you're being tested the most that you have the greatest opportunity to rise. Struggle doesn't weaken you. It reveals your inner strength. It brings out qualities in you that you didn't even know you had: perseverance, grit, determination, and resilience. Think back to a time when you faced a significant struggle in your life. Maybe it was a personal loss, a financial setback, a health crisis, or a career failure. In the moment, it probably felt overwhelming, like there was no way you could get through it. But you did. You made it through, and you came out on the other side, stronger, wiser, and more resilient. That's the power of struggle. It tests you, but it also transforms you. It's important to understand that struggle is not a sign of weakness. Struggling doesn't mean you're failing. In fact, the very fact that you're struggling means you're trying, you're pushing, you're growing. The people who achieve the greatest things in life are not the ones who never face obstacles, but the ones who face them head on and refuse to give up. They don't shy away from challenges. They embrace them, knowing that struggle is an essential part of the journey to success. Now, let's be honest, struggle isn't easy. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, and at times it can feel overwhelming. But life, as we all know, can be unpredictable and full of obstacles. There will be times when everything seems to be stacked against you, when the path forward appears blocked, and when every step feels like an uphill battle. In those moments, it's easy to think about quitting, to feel overwhelmed, or to believe that the odds are too great to overcome. But I want to tell you something powerful. Keep going despite the odds. Because often the greatest triumphs come when you push through what seems impossible. When the odds are against you, that's precisely when your true strength is revealed. It's easy to stay motivated and driven when everything is going your way, when the road is clear, when opportunities are plentiful, and when success feels within reach. But life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you're going to face obstacles that feel insurmountable, whether they're personal setbacks, external challenges, or simply a lack of resources and support. The question is, what will you do when the odds seem against you? Successful people, the ones who reach their dreams, aren't the ones who never face adversity. They're the ones who refuse to quit, no matter how hard things get. They understand that setbacks are part of the journey, not the end of it. They know that every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to build resilience. The path to success is rarely straight or easy. It's filled with twists, turns, detours, and sometimes even dead ends. But if you keep going, if you keep pushing forward despite the odds, you will eventually find your way. Think about the stories of some of the most successful people in history. Many of them faced incredible odds, whether it was poverty, failure, rejection, or illness, but they didn't let that stop them. They kept moving forward, step by step, even when the path was difficult, even when the outcome was uncertain. They didn't wait for the odds to be in. Life is unpredictable. It has a way of throwing challenges at you when you least expect them, when you think you've finally found your footing. But here's the truth. The odds will often seem stacked against you, whether it's financial setbacks, personal struggles, health issues, or doubters who tell you that you can't. The journey to success is rarely a smooth path. Yet, the most important thing you can do, no matter how tough things get, is to keep going. When everything seems to be working against you, when it feels like nothing is going right, and when the world around you is telling you to quit, that's exactly when you need to dig deep and find the courage to keep moving forward. Giving up is easy. Walking away when things get hard is the simplest choice. But if you want to achieve anything meaningful in life, you must be willing to push forward, even when the odds are not in your favor. There's a special kind of power that comes from perseverance. It's not about bulldozing your way through obstacles with brute force. It's about the quiet resilience, the unwavering determination to keep taking one more step, even when you can barely muster the strength to do so. When you keep going despite the odds, you're telling the universe, I will not be broken. I will not give up on myself or my dreams. And that is where true strength lies. Think of the stories of people who have overcome immense challenges, whether it's athletes who were told they would never walk again, entrepreneurs who faced countless rejections, or individuals who rose from deep personal loss. What sets them apart is not their talent or luck, but their persistence. They kept going, even when everything in their life was screaming at them to stop. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well. It's easy to push forward when the path is clear and success seems within reach. But it's when things get tough, when the road ahead is foggy and you're not sure if your efforts will pay off, that real determination is tested. And that's when you need to dig deeper. You need to believe in yourself more than ever before. Sometimes it will feel like you're walking uphill with no end in sight. You might not see the progress immediately, but every small step you take counts. Each effort brings you closer to your goal, even when the results aren't visible right away. Remember, success is not an overnight achievement. It's the accumulation of countless moments when you decided to keep going, to keep fighting, and to keep believing, even when the odds were stacked against you. Don't let the odds define your story. People will doubt you, circumstances may try to break you, but you have something within you that is stronger than any challenge you face. Keep going. Stay the course, even when it feels like nothing is working out. You never know how close you are to a breakthrough until you decide to keep pushing, even when it feels like giving up would be easier. The odds may not always be in your favor, but your resilience and determination can shift the balance. You have the power to overcome whatever stands in your way if you choose not to quit. Rise to your greatness. Each one of us carries within us a spark of greatness. It's not reserved for the select few, the fortunate, or those born into the right circumstances. Greatness is a potential that exists in everyone. Yes, in you too. But here's the catch. Greatness doesn't come knocking on your door. It doesn't appear magically, nor is it handed to you on a silver platter. You must rise to your greatness, and that means making a conscious decision to step into your full potential, despite the fears, doubts, and limitations that may stand in your way. Rising to your greatness requires a shift in mindset. It means realizing that you are capable of far more than you've been taught to believe. Too often, we play small. We shrink ourselves to fit into the expectations of others, to avoid standing out, or to dodge the discomfort that comes with stepping into something bigger than ourselves. But playing small serves no one, not you and not the world. When you choose to rise to your greatness, you give yourself permission to expand beyond your perceived limits and to chase your highest vision for your life. Greatness is not about being perfect, having all the answers, or avoiding failure. In fact, the path to greatness is often paved with mistakes, missteps, and setbacks. But here's the thing. Those moments of failure, those bumps in the road, are not signs that you should give up. They are opportunities to learn, grow, and refine yourself. The people we consider great, whether in sports, business, the arts, or activism, are not the ones who never failed. They are the ones who failed, learned, and kept going, rising. In conclusion, life will always test us, sometimes in ways we never expected, and often at times when we feel least prepared, but within every test lies an opportunity to grow, to rise, and to redefine what's possible for ourselves. The path to success, to fulfillment, to greatness is never an easy one, but that's exactly why it's worth it. Embrace discomfort, because that's where true growth happens. Don't make excuses, because every excuse is just another barrier standing between you and your potential. Find strength in struggle, knowing that your toughest moments are the ones that will shape you into the person you're meant to become. Keep going, no matter how high the odds are stacked against you, because resilience, perseverance, and determination are more powerful than any obstacle you'll face. And above all, rise to your greatness. Don't settle for anything less than the best version of yourself, because the world needs your brilliance, your talent, and your unique contribution. Remember, the journey is long and sometimes hard, but you have everything you need to succeed already within you. It's time to stop playing small, stop being soft, and step fully into the life you are capable of living. Rise, fight, and never stop believing in yourself. Your greatness is waiting. It's time to claim it.